here we are. I wasn't too sure if I was going to make this video. So, if you're seeing it, I obviously decided to post it. If you're new here, the context behind this video is a year ago today, my wife passed away from a car accident. Damn, sorry, I'm getting in that weird, I don't even know how to explain it, where I could just sit and stare at a wall for 30 minutes or the ground, just kind of going blank in the head. I think it's my way of not thinking about it. But yeah, so she passed away. She was 30 years old. She had just turned 30, January 5th. I don't know if I ever explained the day or how it was after that day. I previously, when I put it on YouTube, when I put it out there that she passed away, it was actually the next morning about 5 a.m. I came out here and made a video right in this exact spot, sitting in this same exact stool. It's crazy to think it's been a year, because I'm still stuck there in the past, on that day, and the next day. Really, it's like a year's gone by in real time, but for me, only a day's gone by. I don't know how to explain grief of a spouse to somebody that's not going through it or has gone through it. Of course, her parents lost a child, so that's a different type of grief. Her sister and her brother lost a sibling, and that's a different type of grief. I lost the last 10 years of my life in a car accident. My son was with me when we drove up on the scene of the accident, and he found out the same way I did. He wasn't her biological son, it was stepson, but she'd been in his life since he was 2 years old, and if you were to have asked him, he would have said mom. He wouldn't have said stepmom. That's what he was to her and what she was to him. And I don't like to get I'm not somebody that will post a video online and poor me, look at me, feel sorry for me. There's too much of that on social media as it is. It's ridiculous now. If you're going through grief and that's something that makes you feel better, all power to you. You know, in these situations, it's kind of take what you can get as far as what makes you feel better, because there's not much, if anything. I recently had to explain to somebody that I don't have good days. I either have an okay day or I have a bad day. And the okay days are as close as you get to having a good day, because the bad days are that bad. And you're not gonna, just like most things with grief, people that aren't going through it or have dealt with it aren't gonna understand that sort of thought process. And so I don't want to sit here and talk, poor me, my feelings, look at me, feel sad for me, cry for me. I don't want none of that. Never will, never have. It's just very different not having that person here that you would be going through this with if it hadn't have been them. Anybody else that lost her, kind of has somebody to go to and confide in. And that person for me was her, and she's gone. And, where I'm sort of selfish in thinking is I was kind of just left here. Alone with my son after it happened, in the house the home we built together. Some people came over, and sat around. But, when the time came, nighttime, people kind of left and went back to their own thing and their life, and you can't fault them for it. I'm just kind of selfish in the way of thinking of, I just left alone to deal with it and handle it in the empty house with my son, knowing that my wife was never coming back. And those are some rough days. I don't want to get into those days, really. I haven't even talked about this at all to anybody. Nobody knows the day-to-day things that occurred. The most I can say is there are quite a few holes in the drywall in my bathroom, because that's the closest I can get. That was all I could do to let something out. You can't, you're at an age where you have to take care of your son and you got to take care of bills, so you don't have time to sit around and cry. That's just the reality of it. You can't just call it quits and be like, okay, I lost my wife, I lost everything, I lost the past 10 years of my life. I just want to sit around and grieve. I couldn't. I didn't. I literally, you're at an age where it's just you can't do that. You have to be like, okay, I gotta take this hit and I gotta keep moving, gotta keep pushing. There's nothing I can do about it. And that's just my mindset. That's just how it's been, you know, put everything in the past and move along. You don't have time to sit around and mope and cry and be mad at something you can't control. And then I think that's an issue is with me personally, mentally, is I'm sad and I am angry all the time. Just angry. But you can't do anything about it. What am I gonna be mad at? You know, it was raining, it was wet, she hydroplaned, she came into oncoming traffic head first and hit a truck. The truck won. Who am I gonna be mad at? I can't be mad at anybody. There's nothing to be mad at. You can't blame anybody, you can't blame anything, you just take it. You just take it on the chin and you just keep it pushing because there's nothing else you can do. So for the past year and continuing on, you know, I don't talk about her. I prefer not to talk about her. I don't look at pictures. I've gotten rid of a lot of, you know, her stuff, whether I give it to her parents or I just get rid of it because, you know, what the hell am I supposed to do with leftover stuff? If there's no sentimental value for her parents to keep it, there's no sentimental value for me to keep it. You know, and my way of thinking is you gotta for me to keep it pushing, I gotta act like she didn't exist. And that's just the way I'm wired. You know, if somebody talks about grief or you come across somebody talking about grief, you know, it gets easier with time. I don't know if easier is the word. I think it's just you get used to it. It just becomes part of every day. That void is just, it's kind of settled in. It's become a part of you, just like that person became a part of you. You just replaced it with an emptiness, something you can't fill up with anything to make you feel whole again. You can get close, but you'll never be the same. You'll never truly feel, well, I don't want to say that, because I mean, you might truly feel happiness again at some point, but you don't expect to. You just go through the motions of the day, and it just becomes the motions of every day. And then one day becomes 2 days, and then 3 days, and then 4 days, and then here we are, 365 days. And I feel like I have physically aged 5 years in one. I'm just in survival mode. You know, there's a loneliness that just sticks with you that you can't shake. It just lingers. It like a shadow. It's always there. And, you know, I can be funny in my videos, and that's kind of play that character, because in a sense that's really me, but it's not hard for me to just be very bland and quiet and non-existent, if that makes any sense. I hope if you're watching this, you never have to go through this. I mean, at some point in old age, you might, but hopefully not in an age where, like me, it's kind of like, oh, sorry about your luck, but keep it pushing. And then I kind of thought of a quote or a saying that's kind of already been said, but I rearranged the words to kind of make it my own. And grief is the debt we pay for love. And sort of how it goes, hand in hand. I wish she could see how I've grown and how Luke has grown. We are just not who we used to be. We had no choice in that. So, now if I was to talk directly to Emily, I like to think that maybe once this video hits the internet, it somehow finds its way through space and time into another universe where she's alive and well, and she doesn't have to grieve me, and nobody is grieving her, and she's got a beautiful family with beautiful kids, and she has no clue that I exist in this universe. I wish I could see you sooner, but unfortunately, I gotta stick around, so. Hopefully I'll see you again someday. We miss you deeply. We love you. I hope heaven is everything you knew it'd be.
I took my love, I took it down. I climbed the mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in a snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought it down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? can the child within my heart rise above? Well, can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I send all the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. So took my love, took it down. You climb a mountain and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in a snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring it down. And if you see my reflection in a snow-covered hill, well, the landslide will bring it down. Well, the landslide.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emily. You're 30 now. Happy birthday to you.